Today, we're going to dive into something pretty wild. It's called the Shinkidan Project, and it's this amazing story about how a combination of spirituality, history, and, get this, artificial intelligence can help us break out of our own mental loops. It's really all about unlearning what you think you know so you can actually start to understand. So let me ask you something. Have you ever been on a journey for knowledge or spiritual growth only to find yourself kind of stuck? Like the very ideas that were supposed to set you free have turned into this rigid set of rules? It happens all the time. This is an explainer about one project's pretty radical attempt to smash that cage open.
To really get this, we're going to look at a super famous text, A Course in Miracles. It's a perfect example of how even the most profound ideas can, lead you into a dead end if you rip them out of their real-world context.
Okay, so the very first step in this whole project was just to get one thing straight. A Course in Miracles, or ACIM as people call it, is not some dusty ancient scroll. It was written in New York City in the middle of the 20th century by two psychology professors from Columbia University. Just remembering that it's modern is the key to unlocking everything else. So how in the world do you break through the dogma that can build up around a text like this over decades? Well, let's meet the really unconventional project that was designed to do exactly that. It's all about forcing a new, more intellectually honest kind of conversation. The project's name is Shinkidan Inidan. It's the brainchild of Mark Masahiro Hariyama, and he uses Google's AI Gemini as his intellectual sparring partner. See, the goal here isn't just to read the text. It's to use the AI to challenge every assumption, to connect dots you wouldn't normally connect, and to find a much deeper meaning, totally free from any echo chamber. And check this out. You can see just how much ACIM was a product of its time. It wasn't born in a vacuum. While the authors were writing this, Susan Sontag was publishing her famous essay on camp, and literally blocks away, the Stonewall Uprising kicked off the modern gay rights movement. This book came right out of the cultural chaos of 1960s New York. But here's the kicker. The project's huge breakthrough moment didn't come from studying history or philosophy. Nope. It came from a totally different field, artificial intelligence. And this one single insight completely changed the game.
The key concept is called out-of-distribution generalization. Let's just call it OOD. It sounds complicated, but the idea is simple. In machine learning, it's about whether an AI can handle something it's never seen before. Data that's totally outside of everything it was trained on. It's the ultimate test of mental flexibility for a machine.
And this is where it gets really powerful for us. Think about our own minds. All our past experiences, our beliefs, our biases, that's our personal training data. It's the reality we know. So an odd event is something that happens that just completely shatters that reality. And the big question is, what do? Do you react with fear or with flexibility? For the Shinkidan project, this wasn't just a neat little analogy. It was, and I'm quoting here, a paradigm shift. It was a complete game changer. It gave them a whole new language to talk about what a spiritual or intellectual breakthrough actually is. So, armed with this incredible key from the world of AI, the Shinkidan project built a whole new toolkit for the mind. It started reinterpreting these core spiritual ideas through a modern, technical lens. For instance, take a huge concept like forgiveness. Through this OOD lens, it's not some moral chore you have to do. It becomes an act of radical mental gymnastics. It's a choice to treat a person or a situation like it's brand new data, to let go of your old training data and see them fresh, without all that baggage. And this whole toolkit is basically built on three big ideas. First, something called anti-mnemonics, which is just the art of actively unlearning your biases. Second, outlier intelligence, which is the power to think outside your own box. And third, authenticity, having the guts to face your own self-deception and live your actual truth. And, this isn't just a bunch of theory. The life of Bill Thetford, one of the co-authors of ACIM, is such a powerful human example. He was a closeted gay man living in that era, and for him, working on the course was a real path to liberation. His friends said he had joyful final moments, which is just a beautiful, profound inspiration for this whole idea of authenticity. And that brings us to the whole point of this. Why does any of this matter to you? Because the Shinkidan project isn't really just about analyzing some book. It's a blueprint for our own growth. It's a way to unlock what it calls our outlier intelligence. And don't get it twisted, this was a massive project. The analysis was based on almost 800 of Hirayama's personal highlights in the book, and it generated over 1 million words of dialogue with the AI. This was not a casual read-through. It was a deep, data-heavy conversation designed to make sure no single human bias could hijack the process. So the big question is, how can we use this? Well, the project gives us a pretty clear roadmap. It's about actively questioning your own training data, your biases. It's about practicing that art of unlearning. It's about seeing those crazy, unexpected OD events as opportunities, not threats. And most of all, it's about finding authenticity by being honest with ourselves. And in the end, that's the provocative question this project leaves us with. It shows that real freedom of thought isn't about learning more stuff. It's about having the courage to take apart what we think we already know. So I'll leave you with this. What known facts in your own life are you ready to unlearn?